Set this camera here up. Okay, here we go. All right then, folks. Ryan here coming to you with a brand new video. And as you know, we are talking about maintain the peace that you have created in your life. And a lot of us we spent years created this peace. We worked on it really, really hard over a long period of time. And here we are, years later. Um, you know, trying to hold on to what we have created, build, and develop. Peace is something that you're gonna have to hold on to. You can't just allow random people, places, things, and circumstances to just make their way into your life and destroy your peace. You have to protect your peace. And this is our job. Nobody else is responsible for protecting our peace for us. Chris, you on here? Nice. Cool. Awesome. So, this is when I personally, have to step my game up a little bit to make sure that I maintain being peaceful, live a peaceful lifestyle. A lot of us, I don't think a lot of people understand how important that is to live a peaceful lifestyle. You can't, um, just allow whatever comes your way to disturb your peace. We're not going to be doing that. Okay? So, this is why, day in, day out, you're going to have to do the work that maintains peace. This is not particularly easy. This could be very hard, especially in the beginning if you are trying to create peace in your life in the beginning. I remember that when I was, you know, in that state of chaos and misery and anger and bitterness and resentment and making the same mistakes over and over and over, and the old trauma was there, and I need to deal with that. I need to wash those away because those are problems, real problems that we have. And I figure out over a long period of time how to polish and shine and perfected it. And that I did. I went to work on it. Took me a long time to even understand what I was doing. Because when I got into personal development, I got in there for not the most sensible reasons. It was not a bad reason why I got into it, but it was not the most sensible when I think about it later on. They were talking about you can earn money and become rich. Not that. Trust me, I am not bashing it. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that mindset, with that idea. That notion of creating prosperity. Nothing is necessarily wrong about that. But there is more. I wanted more than just money. And this is when I decided to go out there and work on myself. And even then, when they said work on yourself, I'm like, what are you guys talking about, working on yourself? How do you work on yourself? I thought that was some kind of a foreign, concept. But I noticed some things that I was doing earlier on. And those things carried me through. The principles I was developing. When I start to work on the principles, things became a lot easier for me. one, yeah. Eventually, you kiss Christy. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you will. I become committed for the first time. I have never really been committed to anything really. Commitment was something that I didn't practice commitment. I just felt like it was a waste of time. Yeah. Louise, right? So I decided to um I decided to start working on myself. Not that I understood perfectly what I was doing. Looking back at it now, I can see. So the principles were the first things I set out to develop, because without these principles, you are not going to get where you really want to be, or want to get to. Like I said, I became committed for the first time in my life to something, and the commitment was to growth. At least I can grow myself. I know how to grow myself. That wasn't that difficult to figure out. And so I started to grow my awareness. You know, I become far more aware, and I start to pay attention to the environment, pay attention to the people, and pay attention to my actions, my thoughts, my behaviors, my feelings, all that stuff. And over a long period of time, yeah, Louise, come on, man. Don't, yeah, what are you talking about controlling your mind? Nobody can control their minds. You can't control your mind, Louise. You just can't. Stop trying to control your mind. It's a waste of time. You can control your words. And this is when you're going to have to change your thoughts, how you speak, how you talk, how you act, how you behave. You can change those. Your emotions, you can change those. Reduce your emotions. You know what I mean? Mark, what are you saying? Studying for medical school off the screen and the go and read your books and now make your people proud. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Mark. Really not sure you're talking about there. I do not want to go to medical school. Yeah. I don't think medical stuff is for me. I work on my own self and I fix my own self. Yeah. So no, I'm not sure what you're talking about when you say medical school. That's interesting. And make your people proud. Your people proud. What are you talking about? Your people. That's interesting. That's interesting. You'll say something like that, Mark. Interesting. Yeah. Confidence is something that you build, Luis. You build confidence. That's something that you build. You have to develop that over a period of time. Do the work, develop the confidence. Yeah. It's like a muscle. One way how I became confident was when I was in financial services. I would walk up to people and I have to ask them for their numbers, their phone numbers, name on their phone numbers, and I will get that. So that was one thing that helped me to build confidence. I became pretty confident by doing that over a period of time. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I did, Louise. Yeah. You have to put yourself into uncomfortable situations to develop your confidence. Or you get online, open up your camera like I'm doing now and start talking. Just start talking. Don't even have to pick a topic or anything like that. Just start. That's one way how to develop um, your confidence. because you're gonna have to go through it at some point. You're gonna have to go through it. Go through that uncomfortable stage, and that's okay. You're afraid to drive. Well, take the taxi, take the train, take the bus. You don't have to drive. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't drive if you don't have to. I wouldn't. If I don't have to drive, I'm not driving. You know what I mean? Uh, okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure, Louise, where you get all these enemies from. Sounds like you have a lot of problems, man. And that's crazy, you know? Sounds like you are insecure and have a lot of problems. You're gonna have to get away from that. Uh, you're gonna have to change your life, Louise. Change your life, change your behavior, change your attitude towards life. And learn how to get around the car, get in the car and get around the steering wheel and start driving again. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, look like you are messing with the wrong person. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to get away from that. So, folks, on when you are starting out on this journey here, trying to figure out how to create the change and to make it effective, and you live, it's because this is something. When I decided to make these changes, I was listening to audios at the time. I still do, and I would listen to what they say, and I would put it into action. There are some things that's consistent among these people. Uh, Bobby Lashley, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, Bobby Lashley? You said I look ripped. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. uh, so yeah, we are talking about you know creating the change because you're gonna have to do that. No, I haven't watched WWE in a long time, man. I used to watch WWE for, man, I grew up watching WWE, WWF. Uh, that was something that I, you know, enjoyed watching back in the days, man. And those guys were just freaking out. I was fan of a lot of these people. Yeah. Uh, so, yeah, so I would not know that name at all because I haven't watched WWE in a long time. Um, so, creating that lifestyle. Uh, oh God, I have so many of them back then. Then I kind of like this one guy. No, I like Macho Man. But this was years ago, though, man. This was like many years ago. So Macho Man was good. Goldust, Steve Austin. Um, you know, I think The Rock came through a couple of times. Hulk Hogan and those guys were in there too as well. But it was so many of these guys who I enjoyed watching at the time. Fun stuff, man. Yeah. And Undertaker was one of my favorite too, man. I love watching Undertaker. Believe me. I Yeah, Undertaker was cool, man. I because I used to stay up late at night to watch this stuff. Uh, yeah. So that was a cool little segment in my life there, watching all these famous people. Yeah. Yep. Uh, uh. So a little bit of my journey and how it was and how I changed that for myself. And you too can do the same thing too. I think Louise is saying that he's not confident. That's part of it. You're gonna have to grow. If you are not confident, then you're gonna have to grow into your confidence. And this is just something that you're gonna have to decide to go out there and do for yourself. Nobody's going to do this for you. Sorry. You know, yeah. There are nobody out there to do this for you. This is on you solely. This is your job. And you're gonna have to do it. Right? Changing, moving away from where you are to where you need to get to. It's not really easy, you know? Yeah, yeah, I know the people, I know the person who drew it, man. Cool, interesting gentleman. Yeah. So, yeah, he drew all this stuff, this Colorado stuff, because I think this is a Colorado type of drawing right here. I'm not sure if it's Front Range type of style, Eastern Colorado. I'm not sure if that's type of style. Uh, uh. So that's the type of painting I got here. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, folks. So back in 2018, when I started out on this journey here, and I heard about this personal development for the first time in my life, and I was trying to figure out what are they even talking about. Okay, cool, nice, Christy. Thank you for putting that up there. Yeah. And I didn't even say 3D art by John Seidel, who drew this painting behind me here. Yeah, there you go. You can check him out, folks. Yeah. So, yeah. So back in 2018, when I went on this journey to um, make my life better than how it was, because it was a living hell. you know, over the years, with enough adversity, I have become a better person. Without those adversities, I would not be where I am today. It was a tough time. And I learned over that period of time what to do and what not to do, what to say and what not to say, and also how you say the things that you say. And I learned what situations not to put myself into. Those things too. So over a period of time, I learned how to navigate smarter and wiser. All right. And that's what I did. Nice. And that's what I did. So that's how you sort of protect your peace. Don't just say whatever you want. And just be careful who you even say things to sometimes. Not that you are a coward or whatever. You just don't want to have to deal with people on in a way where it's gonna cause you headache, more problems, more worries. One wrong move, somebody goes to jail, and so forth. And we're trying to avoid those things because it's not smart. Messing up ourselves and destroying ourselves, it's just not smart. And destroying our lives as well. And putting ourselves into situations where it hurts us. It's just not wise. Took me a little time to figure out these things. But little by little, bit by bit, piece by piece, I started to put things together. Worked extremely well for me over a long period of time. I no longer have to um, you know, go to my bed angry, wake up thinking about this person who actually hurt me. I don't put myself into situations where I'm gonna get hurt. I learn how to navigate more effectively, more properly. I stay away from certain people. I stay away from certain type of relationships, friendships, companionships. I stay away from them. I stay away from being, working for certain people, my employers. I look at my employer and I look and if I don't like them very much because of their attitude and their behaviors and how crazy, how disrespectful they are to me. I looked at those things and I avoid those people at all costs. I do not put myself in situations where I'm gonna be hurt or I get hurt and then I'm gonna have to take that out on somebody else. I do not want to do that. I do not want to go around treating people wrong. And a lot of us do that because somebody has done us wrong, so we go around doing other people wrong as well. We are not gonna do that anymore. We are done with those things. Those days are over when we go around and hurt other people. No more. Right? That's just where I am at in my life right now. Not trying to hurt you. I have no desire. And this is what I say to people these days. If you want to be treated well, if you want to be treated respectfully, treated with respect, you want the love, the kindness, the caring, if you want those things, you are welcome into my life. If those are things you are looking for. But if you want to be treated poorly, you are looking for somebody to Louise, not really. Not really at all. But I thought about it. I thought about it though. If you are looking for somebody to treat you poorly, disrespect you, treat you like trash, and so forth, I am not the person to come to. Please don't come to me. Please don't even enter. Don't even look in my. Don't even look over here. Continue on. Go somewhere else. Go find those people who are good at treating you horribly. I'm not that. I'm not that guy. I do not want to part. I do not want to engage in any behavior of the sort. I do not want to participate in any such behavior. I do not want to hate you because some people, they're full of hate and bitterness. I don't want any hate in my life, any bitterness, any hatred, any bitterness, any anger. I just don't want those things in my life. And please, for the people who are looking for people to engage in that type of toxicity, please don't come over here. I don't want to be in that. You know, uh, I'm pretty sure you can find a job in Colorado. If you are in the Denver area, that would be probably easier for you to find a job over there in Denver. You know, so I don't want to. I don't want to treat anybody bad. Oh, that's cool, Louise. I'm not sure if you're a lawyer, if being a lawyer in Panama and being a lawyer in America is equivalent. I'm not sure. You might have to come here and pass the bar test here or something like that. Yeah, I'm in Colorado. Yeah, you might have to come here and pass the bar test here. You might have to do that as well. You know. So yeah, but for the most part, hmm but for the most part, people want to be treated with respect. They want you to be kind, caring, and compassionate. And that is what this is how I want to treat the people who come into my life these days. Yes, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to debate with you. I want my life to be easy. I don't want to live a hard life. I want my relationships to be easy and smooth. Too much resistance, too much disagreement. I do not want to be extremely disagreeably. Sometimes I might say, I disagree with you on that, and I'm going to stand my ground on that. Okay, you don't like it? That's fine. But if I disagree with you on something, that's what I mean. Because I think that you are just being, maybe you don't have enough information. You probably don't have enough information, you know. Ruthless Ruth, appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. So, my life needs to be easier now than ever before. I want to live an easy life. I do not want to live a hard life. Arguing, fighting, complaining, criticizing, judging, condemning, treating people like crap, disrespecting everybody, hate, full of bitterness, anger, rage, resentment, full of trauma, all that stuff makes your life a lot harder than it's supposed to be. Yeah. Um, Losing weight. You can watch my videos, Ruth. Watch my videos, comment on there, and then I don't really have a lot of tips to share. My tip is, Ruth, start small. Start walking. If you can't run, just start walking. Walk a few blocks. Do it at one time and do it again. But here's my recommendation though. Do it as many days a week as you possibly can. Then after that, you can start run. You run 1 block, run there, then run back, stop and rest if you have to, over a period of time. But running is the quickest way to burn body fat. Great, start there. Perfect. Great place to start. As long as you can get started, perfect. And keep doing that over a long period of time. You will see the changes. I'm not even gonna mention to get into the gym yet, but later on, I recommend when you're gonna go to the gym, in the beginning, somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, maybe, but I want you to get in there. Get on the treadmill for a little bit, about 5 minutes, I think, maybe 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes, you're pushing it. And I want you to grab your stuff and I want you to run the hell out of there after 5-10 minutes. Get out of there. Don't stay. Do not stay in there. Get the hell out. The reason for that is I want you to develop the habit of going to the gym. And I want you to enjoy going to the gym. I don't want it to be a chore. It must not feel like work. It must feel enjoyable. So that's why I said 5 minutes. You get in there for 5 minutes and you run the hell out of there. Some people go in there and they stay a little too long, and guess what happens? They start to despise and resent going to the gym because they stayed in there for too long. No, you don't. It's supposed to be fun. And that's what you are after. You are after the fun of going there. You're not going after this, pressure to lose weight and that type of stuff. I mean, you can do that later on. That will happen naturally later on when you extend your gym time. So you go from 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 15 minutes and then, up to half an hour. But if it starts feels like a chore, that's when it's going to become a real problem. Not too many people can move past that phase when it starts feel like a chore. That happens to me too. It starts feeling like a chore. I have to switch up. I have a different mentality, a different mindset. Most people probably are not there yet. Not bragging, but this is just the reality. And I understand it. That's why people come to work out with me and run with me and all that stuff, because they understand the mindset, the mentality, and how I behave. I'm a little bit more so up here than the regular person. So I would not tell the regular person to go run 7 days a week. I would not recommend that. That's when people ask me about running and working out, and I said, I really do not know how to teach you. Because one of the reasons for that is I do it 7 days a week, and I do not recommend you do it 7 days a week, 7 days a week, because it's hard, you know. So that would be my recommendation. Make the workout journey fun. It needs to be fun and enjoyable, right? All right then, folks, Ryan here with a new video. I'm gonna leave it here. Looking forward to see you soon in a brand new video. I will catch you guys soon in a new video. Talk to y'all soon. Thank you very much, Christy. Appreciate you. Don't forget, folks, like and subscribe and comment down below. And looking forward to see y'all soon in a new video. Take care. Bye-bye and have a good night. I hope that helps out you, help you out, Ruth. Appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Talk to you soon and bye for now. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Bye-bye.